Hello and welcome here on SportsTownChicago.com. Chris Labosco with you here at the Edge Ice Arena alongside of me, Joe Zalewski as well. Good to have you here, Joe.
Thanks for having me, Chris. It's snowing outside, so we definitely want to get some hockey going. And I know a lot of these young guys, whenever it's snowing outside, you definitely want to play some hockey. So that's what we're going to do here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely hockey weather outside. It's actually much nicer in the rink than it is outside right now.
And you don't hear that too much to where in the hockey ring it's actually warmer than it is outside.
Yeah, especially at this time of the year.
Yeah.
You usually don't have that nice of or that cold of weather yet. But again, we are here for the Vikings and the Blues, this NIHL Bantam Elite matchup. You look at these two in the standings. For the Blues, they come in at 1-1-1. And then on the other side, you have a 1-2 Vikings team. So very early on in the season here, Joe. Both teams about the same in the standings. But again, it's early, only 3 games in for both teams.
Yeah, when you're that early in, only 3 games in, you're kind of just still seeing what you have as a squad, just trying to get your fundamentals down, just doing simple things like getting people to the net, shooting pucks at the net, because you never know what can happen when you get pucks to the net. So just doing simple things like that early on. It's too early to tell, what these teams are going to do later on in the season. But, yeah, it's really early on, like you said. So just try. Both teams are just trying to get a win and just trying to see what they got early on in the season.
Try to fill each other out. I mean, there's a lot of time. These two teams will meet up again later on in the year as well. They have this first meeting today, and then their next one, I believe, is not for a while, and that one's not going to be until January 25th will be the next time that they meet each other.
Yeah, definitely. They're not going to meet each other for a while, so this is going to be a key matchup early on. Whichever team can, get the win is going to have a good matchup going into that meeting later on in the year. So.
Yeah, so you kind of get to see the team that you're playing here early on, and then later at the year, that's usually how it goes, is if you play a team in the middle of the year, you're probably going to play them sooner than if you were to play them at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I always like to have that mix up in the schedule. But when you look at where these teams are, I mean, you look at goals allowed for the Vikings. I mean, they're almost even. They're at a -1 right now. 9 goals for, 10 allowed, but that's a lot of goals in only 3 games.
Yeah, 10 goals in 3 games. You got to defensively, you got to be better. You can't leave your goaltender out to dry. Giving up 10 goals.
And then for the Blues, 10 goals for, 8 that they've given up. So they're only at a +2. That's not. I'm sure that they're not happy with that either. I mean, they are even at 1-1-1. So it's fairly early on. Both teams here in the Bantam Elite. This is the best of it, the best at the Bantam level as well. That the teams that they are playing, you don't get any better competition than this.
Yeah, and you want to face the best. You want to see how good you are. So to face teams that are the best, don't worry about it.
Just trying to get myself a chair here before we get ready to go.
Yeah, Chris needs a chair. So.
Yes, as both teams just are finishing their warm-ups now as we get ready for this one. The puck drop will come at center ice. And, Joe, obviously both teams looking for the win for the early part of their season. But it's not just about that, too, though. Continuity, just making sure you're working the system that your coach wants and everything else that is involved.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want to, make sure you're okay with the system. Make sure you're doing all the things your coach wants correctly. You practice for a reason, so that way, on game day you can, execute. It's all about executions, Chris.
So as we are about to have our first period puck drop really quickly, Chicago Wolves home games are coming up. So hockey fans, you can catch the Chicago Wolves at home on Saturday, November 22nd at 7 p.m. versus the Iowa Wild, and Sunday, November 23rd at 4 p.m. versus the Rockford Ice Hogs. Don't miss all the live AHL action. For tickets or any youth hockey info you need, call 1-800-THE-WOLVES. As the first period about to get underway here, the Blues are in their white jerseys with the blue shoulders, and they go right to left, left to right. For the Vikings, they are in the black jerseys. Almost sort of reminds me of the Los Angeles Kings.
The Kings,
jerseys.
Yeah, it looks like the Kings a little bit.
As this puck comes over to the near side, and we'll get right on Conroy's stick as he gives it off to the left, and this one will be thrown down into the right wing corner as the Vikings will take it and bring it out into center ice. As on the near side, it'll come up to Conroy as he crosses the blue line right towards
got some nice stick handling in there, too.
As he takes it down in below the net where his teammate was trying to help keep it in Hemmer, as this one will come to the near side and be worked back out into the neutral zone, as it'll be picked up by Kavanaugh at center ice as he passes it.
Nice little hit out there, too.
And
might just lost his footing, too.
As this one thrown back in by Conroy as he will go for a change. As it will go into the right wing corner to be picked up by Shackmuth as that one passed into center ice and then sticked away. As right on the near side, it was Shackmuth who will hit it right towards the goaltender in the Blues, who will drop it off for it to be played. I believe that's Ab Berlin as that goes down into the right wing corner. And there's two players on either side there. Back in behind, tried to throw that one out in front for the Vikings as that one came over to the near side and back over to the far boards in the neutral zone as that one will get past and down into the right wing corner. As always difficult when a player's got a tucked in jersey, as that was Maloney carrying it up and crossed the blue line
turnover.
And turned it over to Lutz. Lutz into the zone in the left wing circle, and then he's taken off the puck as that comes back out into the neutral zone.
Good defensive play. Just get it out of your zone and go for a change. So good play by them.
By the Blues as that one comes over to the near side as they were controlling the puck. A pass along the near boards. Misses its target as this one goes back through the neutral zone off the stick of Dingle as that'll go into the left wing corner. Back in behind, it goes to the right wing corner where Pellegrino is as he sends it back over into the left wing corner as his team tries to work on the breakout on the far side. Puck on edge, held in by Haminski as that goes back in behind. As nice check put on, and then he ends up taking himself out. I believe that was Connor Richards as that goes back into the left wing corners. It's Jack Payton who gets it up to the left point for a shot that goes right into the stomach of Ab Berlin, and he covers it up for a face-off. Should be in the left wing circle. 11:35 left here in the first period. No score.
A lot of good movement, a lot of moving pucks out there. A lot of guys skating hard, very early on. Though.
And I think that's the first shot we've had really all game too.
On goal, yeah.
I mean, it's very early, of course, as well. As this goes out in the left wing corner, will be picked up by Petrusha as he sends it over to the far side. Turned over, a shot there, sticked away by the goaltender in Berlin. As this comes over to the near side, and having to circle around and pass it over to the far side was Longton. Along the right wing, going across and dumping it in to the right wing corner. That was number 90 in Rodriguez, as this is in the left wing corner of his team's zone. As trying to hold it in at the left point was Petrusha. Ends up getting checked and lost the puck. Lost a stick, did Petrusha as well, which actually slowed up Schubert as he would have had an opportunity the other way. So that's one of the times where you're happy you lost your stick. As this one comes to the right wing to Tubo, who sends it down in behind. Off the end boards, it banks and goes into the far half boards where the Blues take it back. A pass into center ice as it's on the stick of TJ Ryan. He crosses the center line and dumps it in. His team needing another change. Down in the right wing corner, the Vikings taking control behind their own net. A pass that's held in at the left point by Deutsch, and then it's turned over. Skating through center ice is going to be Arini as he lost it off his stick by a diving poke check that sent it in the right wing corner. As we get a whistle here, as I believe that was number 3, and Liam Cowan was the one who dove and stopped that one. He gets a fist bump from number 9 and Hartge as he was giving him credit for that poke check.
Great hustle by him on that play. It's very hard, especially when a guy's going down on a breakaway, and for him to make that play is really good effort by him.
Well, his
coach has got to be happy about that.
Well, and Arini too. Well, I don't think his coach is going to be happy because of what happened to cause that. But Arini,
but I'm talking about the hustle.
Right. Arini didn't even realize the guy was coming on that far side either. He felt the pressure on his right side of the back, but not the left. As that puck comes out to the neutral zone, it's on the stick of Reese as he lifts this one into the middle. Good glove hand by Hartge. Took it out of the air as that comes to the near side. As a pass up along the glass comes over to number 76 and Schrofer as that goes back into his defensive end. Maloney now along the right wing as he will cross and dump this one down into the left wing corner. It hit off a Blues player to get there, but the Blues will get there first as that one ended up hitting off the odd part of the boards and bounced away.
Yeah, when you just hit it off the board, sometimes it just takes a weird bounce on you.
Well, it's kind of where the Zamboni doors are, and maybe there's just not as much ice there. and it kind of got caught with that door. As a shot from the right point tipped away on Dingle's shot as it goes in behind. On the stick of Haminski as he tries to send it back down, comes right back to him, and his team holding it in at the left point. Shot can't get through the traffic, backhanded out into the neutral zone where the Vikings will take it back. As this goes over on the near side, dumped in by Galante as he applies some pressure while his team goes in change. Peters backhands a pass over to the near side, and then it's stolen away by Hemmer. As Hemmer started to come in, good defensive play by Dingle to take the puck. Dingle loses an edge as he makes the pass up, and now that comes back to the Blues as this comes over to the near side as Hemmer hits it forward for a shot that goes wide from Conroy. He had a lot of open net on the far side, couldn't get the puck there as this bounces back out into the neutral zone.
Yeah, that was a really good shot, just a little wide.
As this one is on Schubert's stick, and then it's taken away from him down in the left wing corner, but he's battling for that puck there with Hartge as Hartge as they both battle, and two players end up falling to the ice. So two Blues players in there along with two Vikings, and the Blues will win the puck over to the far boards. Breakout pass up to Conroy. Conroy on a 1-on-3 that turns into a 2-on-4. Player falls to the ice. It's a centering pass. Good stick by the player defensively in front for the Vikings as a shot from behind the blue line there. So that'll be the
good way to get to the front of the net too on that play.
Yeah, and the player too on the defensive side was Thomas Cavanaugh. He's the one who got his stick in there on Conroy's opportunity that he tried to create there along the left wing with the centering pass.
Yeah, it was a really good defensive play by him.
So it'll be a left wing circle face-off with 7:54 left to go here in the first period. No score as the Vikings win this face-off and throw it off the left wing boards down in the left wing corner did Shackmuth. As this one comes back up to Shackmuth as he throws it back. It was Reese there who ended up throwing it back in as it went past Shackmuth, as now back into the far boards. Hits off of a Vikings player. Now that Vikings player will get on his stick in the left circle. Good poke check, freeing it up there from Ryan as that comes back over to the far side, and we get a whistle here. The puck was hit out of the air with a high stick, so that will bring the face-off over into the Vikings zone. And the Vikings will make a change as well, I believe. It looks like they're going to change a couple of players here. 7:27 left here in period number one. No score.
No score. No sscore yet.
Defensively, I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of shot opportunities on either side, so good defensively on both teams.
Yeah, when you're not getting the puck to the net, it's kind of hard to score.
As Dingle lost that one in his own left wing corner right to number 52 in Park, who gets it up to the left point for a shot there, and it's grabbed by the goaltender for the Vikings. Is looking to see, it looks to be number 31, I believe, for the maybe 34. It looks like it might be Luke Carter. Tough to tell from where we are. The jersey number on there actually looks like a 31, but there's no 31 on the roster, so I hope that's wrong.
It might be a mistake on the roster.
It's okay, as this one comes over to the far side, as it's Connor Richards, as a pass comes into center ice, and now over to the near side along the right wing to Payton as he goes cross ice with the pass, is skating in and taking a shot from the top of the left circle with Haminski as that goes in behind the net. Back into the right wing corner, back up to Dingle at the right point. He holds it there and throws it off the near boards and down for his team to try and win the puck. The Blues get there first, pass it over to the far side towards Lutz. Lutz, needing a little bit of help, is reversing his Hartge as back in behind Gillespie, almost turned it over. And now he turnover up at the right point as Dingle will send it back down deep. As in the right wing corner, a check will free the puck up to Hartge as he sends it over to the far side. As he sends it back down and over to the near side and should be able to send this one out is going to be Galante. Actually, he's going to reverse it back the other way to Gillespie as they finally just send this one down and they'll ice it. Actually, I believe
no icing.
Yeah, it was waved off. So this one comes to the near side as a pass that's lifted up over the head of the intended target in Payton as he was actually going off for a change. Conroy tried to feed a pass in the middle. Good vision there by Guzzi as he took that puck away. As this one bounces back in over to Walsh, who sends it off the far boards and turns it over. That ends up being a shot that's sticked away into the right wing corner. As back in behind the net Two players there, and then a wraparound chance, and that one stopped and held up along the near post for a left wing circle face-off. 5:33 left to go.
Yeah, a lot of shots, and it seems like a lot of turnovers early by both teams.
It is early, though. 5:33 left to go here in the first period only. And not a whole lot of shots on either side. I want to say it's only maybe 2 or 3 on either side for both teams.
But very it seems like quality chances on either side as well, too.
And looks like somebody lost something. I'm not sure what it was that Schubert threw off on the side as he comes back into center ice for the left wing circle faceoff. His team won it, but Conroy snuck in to steal out and centered a pass onto the stick of Hemmer, and he couldn't finish. Shot from the right circle, fought off with the blocker as it comes into the left wing half boards. As back on the near side, it goes back down low where Walsh will pick it up behind his own net. As he stick handles in towards the middle of the ice, hits off the leg of a player of Kavanaugh as he backhands this one in the zone. Back to the far side, the Blues turn it over right to Kavanaugh as he gets around one player, push the puck too far forward, and it's covered up by the goaltender, Berlin.
Smart move by the goaltender. You see the puck coming right at you, just glove it, and you're fine. Definitely a nice move by the goaltender on that part to just cover it up and make sure no further harm will come to or anything will come closer to the goal. And it looks like the face-off is coming. Looks like the ref is talking to one of the Vikings about something.
Yeah, can't tell what it is that they're talking to him about.
Something's going on over there.
Well, it looks like they might have thrown out one of the players who was in the circle. It looked like it was.
That's
Schrofer was the one, I believe, who was in there.
Yeah.
And then Reese is now going in for him. I'm not sure what it is that they have.
Yeah,
they're
having a long discussion.
Well, now Reese is the one too.
He's saying something.
It seemed like it was something around the gloves.
It might have been an equipment issue. That's what it looked like to me, at least.
Well, either way, this one goes in behind the net where it's picked up by Schrofer as he sends this one back down. Cycle was a little bit late there as this one will be taken away by the Blues. Back onto the top of the left circle. And now out, the Blues streak up ahead, and it's on the stick, and it's a good poke to get away from Cound. As this goes down in the right wing corner, Cound would have been on a breakaway opportunity if it weren't for that poke check. As this comes over to Reese on the near side. And that one will get past the player down into the right wing corner. Actually, that should be, I think that's Reese, actually, now that I'm looking at
Reese.
Reese. Either way, this one goes off the end boards for an icing. 4:10 left to go here in the first period. Still no score. Icing will bring this into the Viking zone for the face-off. Probably Reese.
Probably Reese. Maybe. I think looking at it, it might be Reese.
Yeah, it's just Reese. That's that one in the left wing circle, taken in behind by Dingle as he sends this one back over to the near side. Breaking out.
Oh, good stick right there. Keep it in the zone.
As that one was backhanded away, right back onto the stick of Dingle as he sends it over to Haminski. And I was just about to say, too, breaking out hasn't been too difficult for the Vikings. It's offensive pressure, but both teams have had issues having a lot of offensive pressure on either team. As that one almost turned over by a good stick of Galante, at least sent it into the far boards, and now finally turned over in the right circle. Bouncing puck, hit away from one player, and now along the left wing, Peyton skates up, crosses the Blues blue line, takes a shot from the top of the left circle, and it's held by the goaltender Berlin. Did not let up a rebound. Left wing circle face-off on Cumming. Good job there by Berlin to not let out the puck.
Yeah, definitely a good job by him. He's just got to keep doing what he's doing. Doing a beautiful job so far.
3:26 left to go here in the first period as it'll be a left wing circle face-off. One down into the left wing half boards. And finally controlled by the Blues. That one, a trip going to be called there. Blues are going to have a power play opportunity, and the puck touched up by the Vikings, and they called it a hook. Hook, trip, either way, it's a penalty, a power play opportunity now for the Blues.
Either way, someone's going to be sitting in the sim bin for a little while.
Right, and that hook being called on number 82, Connor Richards. So power play opportunity, and at this level, they do not put the face-off into your zone. They just put it pretty much where the puck was touched at after the power play or penalty is called. So it'll be a face-off in the far dot. That'll be one over to the far side by the Vikings as they look to pin the puck up there. The Blues finally take it back, send it over to the near side over to Rodriguez as he dumps it down in.
Dump and chase.
As this one goes into the right wing corner, as it'll get onto the stick of Pellegrino as he sends this one into the right circle and it's turned over. Might have had a good opportunity there, but it bounced off the stick.
He's hustling.
As this one almost giving it up out in front was Ab Berlin, and then he covered it up real fast for the face-off. So we'll do a right wing circle face-off inside the Blues zone. 1:29 left on their power play. As this face-off into the right wing half boards, down into the right wing corner, taken by Pellegrino behind his own net. As Pellegrino backhands this one up to Hartke as he skates through the neutral zone, crossing the blue line, and he gets taken out by a check as that one comes onto the stick of Conroy, and down to the bottom and in behind the net. Conroy still has it on his stick as he circles around and now sets up the power play, takes it into the high slot, sends a pass top of the left circle for a shot that just went wide from Rodriguez, held in at the right point and sent down by Gillespie as this goes back in behind the net as trying to get it set back up. As it goes back to Rodriguez, top of the left circle, a shot there and hits a lot of traffic in front and hits the right wing half boards. Never got to the goal mouth. As this one at the bottom of the right circle, trying to send it down was Schubert, couldn't do it as it's just held in at the right point and set low by Petrusha as he gets it right back and has to send it down deep again. Player losing his stick and now lost another stick as somebody tried to hand him his stick from the bench. As this one comes to the near side, the Vikings were able to clear it out. 19 seconds left to go here on the power play opportunity for the Blues. As skating up ice and passing it off to the left wing, just out of the reach of Hemmer. As this comes back into the neutral zone. And along the near side. Finally gets back up to Hemmer as he skates into the zone along the left wing. Pokes it away from one player. As this comes to the near side, a pass hits off of Lutz's stick and he couldn't control. Up into the middle, almost onto the stick of Schrofer as this comes back over to the near side. As this one, a cross-ice pass into the middle for Lutz. Lutz along the right wing, takes a shot from the top of the right circle. Blocking it in front was Dingle into the right wing corner. As Dingle battling Lutz there in the right wing corner. Lutz able to send it back in behind. Steal it right back, tries the wrap around, but right there to stuff it was the goaltender and Carter as it comes to the near side. Centering pass off the stick of Tubo as this comes over to the right wing, and it's Schrofer carrying it in. Top of the right circle. Schrofer. Stick handling in to the slot, backhands a shot that's grabbed out of the air as it hit off of his stick, and Gillespie just sent it over to the far boards. Bounces back to Gillespie, who sends it back into the neutral zone where Longton has it. Sends it back over to the near side, and in is Payton. As Payton takes the shot, and it's gloved up and controlled by Ab Berlin with the blocker in the glove. And it'll be a face-off to his left. 7 seconds left here in the first period. No score, and that was a pretty good opportunity.
That was a very good opportunity on everything right now. They just need to keep getting pucks to the net and see what can happen, which is very hard. It's early on, it seems.
As this one in the right wing half boards, Payton will dump down into the left wing corner, and that'll do it for the first period. So after one, we have no score between the Vikings and the Blues. And when you look at it, it seemed like it was fairly even for the most part. I think maybe the Vikings controlled the puck a little bit more, but shot-wise, they both were pretty even. Not a whole lot of shot opportunities on either side.
Yeah, it's a good defensive battle. Not too many shots. A little bit of hitting going out there. Some checks here, checks there. It seems like a lot of good sticks where they need to be. So, like you said, fairly even on both sides. We'll see who can get that first goal, because I think whoever gets that first goal is going to be key.
Well, when you look at it, too, for the Vikings, they did control the puck more in their offensive zone, just weren't getting a lot of shot opportunities. I mean, is that just about taking more shots, or is it?
Maybe it's about the player thinking maybe I should pass the puck rather than just going to the net. Sometimes you look at it when you're out there and you overthink it too much. I think it might be a little bit of overthinking. Maybe maybe what the coach should be telling them: just get pucks to the net. You never know what can happen, and get people to the front of the net as well.
Well, one thing for sure so far, you look at the goaltender in Ab Berlin. He's been pretty stellar there in that first period. The shots he did see. He didn't really let up any rebounds. There were no rebound opportunities really there for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's a good job by him not allowing the rebounds, because if you allow the rebounds and somebody's in front of the net, that you're going to leave your goaltender out to dry on that one. So good job by them. Just continue doing what you're doing on that end, and just battling. It looks like it's going to be a tough fought battle. Earn every inch.
The Northern Illinois Hockey League is the largest youth hockey league in Illinois and the second largest in the country. It is made up of 40 travel hockey team organizations. Almost all clubs are from Illinois, with a few from Indiana and Wisconsin. As this puck thrown off the far boards and down into the right wing corner of the blue zone, and it goes for an icing, so bring this right back into the Vikings zone. In the 46th season of play, the Northern Illinois Hockey League numbers at 337 teams all across all its playing divisions. The NIHL member organizations field Tier 2 travel teams that compete in the Mite, Squirt, Pee Wee, Bantam, and Midget A groups defined by USA Hockey. The league also offers all-girls hockey divisions each season. As the Vikings won that face-on and over the near side, that one almost turned over and is, but the Vikings take it right back as it's on the stick of Richards. As he passes that one out along the left wing, poked up forward onto Peyton's stick as he takes this one into the high slot. Had the player skating in, try to take a shot in the right circle, whiffed on it, as this one will be skated out by Hemmer. Hemmer along the left wing on a 1-on-2, as his team not numbering the right way, as now it's the Vikings back on their stick. On the backhand of number 5, and Longton, as he takes it into the right wing corner and now centers a pass out in front, but it's behind the intended target. He was trying to get it to Schubert, but Schubert was more to the near side. As this one back out along the near side, pushed back into the Viking zone by the Blues, where it'll be taken by Maloney, who sends it up the near boards over to Guzzi. Guzzi through center ice. Skates across the Blues line as this one comes into the left wing circle for a shot, and that one shoulder save made by the goaltender Carter as this goes into the far half boards. It almost looked like Carter was surprised the shot came.
I think he really was. He didn't look like he was prepared in his stance or anything like that, so I don't think he was expecting a shot on that one.
Still made the save, and that's what counts, as this one's on the stick of Schubert. Sends it down in behind for Kavanaugh, as Kavanaugh battling there with Ryan as that one's pinned up along the end boards. Into the right wing corner, Gillespie whiffs on his pass opportunity, and trying to steal it was Kavanaugh, and now comes up to the right point. As this one comes back out into center ice, trying to kick it to his stick was number 52 in Park. As this goes into the right wing corner, it's Count, who will hit it down into the left wing corner for Ryan to go after. Also gets a little bit of help from Park. Park back up to the left wing, left point, back to for a shot there, and the save was made on the shot from Park. He had went up to the left point and went right back down to Park, and he got a good shot off, but a good save made by Luke Carter to keep this at 0-0 with 11:46 left to go in the second period.
Both goalies are looking real good, going into the second period so far, making everything that's going at them. Maybe try seeing a screen in front, because it seems like they're seeing everything real well.
And a shot and a goal off the face-off for Charlie Deutsch, as he got the puck right off the draw, shot it for the top left corner, hit off the post and in, as Luke Carter couldn't make the blocker save.
Right as I say that.
So 1-0 in favor of the Blues with 11:45 left to go here in the second period. And it was a good face-off win, too, to allow for the opportunity.
Yeah, that was up top, too.
As this one taken by the Vikings as they brought it into the zone. It's taken back by Hartge as this goes over to the far side. He works it up ahead of Galante, who gets it over to Lutz. Lutz at the top of the left circle, poked away from him nicely by Walsh, as Walsh lost it off his stick, as that one bounces around and now will be sent up and almost out in front for Haminski as this goes back down in the left wing corner. Taken by the Vikings, a good cross-ice pass to find wide open space for Reese as he couldn't control the puck. As he skates up, crosses the blue line, drops it off for number 76 in Schrofer as he has it down the left wing corner. Schrofer sending it into the right wing corner as that puck a little bit on edge there, bounces to one of the Blues players. As that one almost turned over in the right circle and now is turned over out still in the zone, as bringing it into the left wing corner is Maloney. As Maloney trying to send it up to Reese, who gets it onto his stick as he stick handles away from one player, bottom of the left circle, sends it down low as they look to try to get A play off the boards as a shot out in front, hit off too much traffic, didn't get to the goal mouth as there was some room. As that puck comes up to the left point, Maloney holds it in as he looked to load up, now sends it over to the other wing, top of the right circle. A shot that's redirected wide of the net. Down into the right wing corner, it's Schrofer with it as he stick handles back down into the right wing corner as he was going up top. Drops it off for the player there, and the blue stick gets in the way and turns it over to Hemmer. As Hemmer skates along the right wing, a little bit of a 2-on-2. Hemmer gets around one player, but his team needed to go for a change. As this one taken back by Schrofer. Schrofer sends it over to the far side. Jess crosses the blue line as this one comes over to Rodriguez, who will dump it in from the blue line, and it's grabbed out of the air, and looking to play it was the goaltender and Carter, but the whistle came beforehand. 9:40 left to go here in the first period. 1-0, Blues still with the lead. But when you look at that last opportunity, there's a pretty good opportunity for the Vikings there. They just got to get some shots towards that net and not hit the traffic that's out in front of the net.
Yeah, not to hit the traffic, or hit the traffic, because you never know, because it could deflect off a player and go in.
As this pass comes out to the left wing, it's on the stick of number 81 Intubo. Lost it off his, but gets a little bit of help from Peyton, who takes it down to the left wing half boards, but turns it over. And now could turn into a 1-on-2 here as Hemmer stick handles right into the middle, passes it out in front, and the goal.
Good Lord. He left him out to dry on that one. Got to be better defensively. Can't have 2-on-1s going against your goaltender.
Stephen Conroy, the one to get the goal and make it a 2-0 lead for the Blues with 9:13 left to go here in the second period. And that all started back in the offensive zone for the Vikings. You had your defensive player pinched down deep. No forward came up to take his spot, and that's why it turned into a 2-on-1.
Oh, here's
now another
odd-man
rush, and that one goes wide and out of play on the shot. I believe that was number 52 in Matthew Park.
Okay, someone needs to start playing. Let's go.
As we'll have the face-off. We'll see where they decide to put it.
The Blues are rolling right now.
I believe that this is going to come outside of the Vikings zone because nobody touched that on the Vikings end. That was just a shot that went high and hot and out. As this one is a shot that goes wide into the end boards. Two players down, below, and we get a whistle here, as I think that might have deflected up into the netting. And I believe it did, so it'll be a right wing circle face-off with 8:54 left to go. Still 2-0.
Yeah, right now the Vikings got to get going. Blues up 2-0 and just seem to just be rolling and getting a lot of pressure in the Vikings offensive zone or defensive zone.
As Rodriguez hit that one down deep, and Conroy towards down into the right wing corner where Longton was, as that one came over to the near side, and it's Park with it on his stick. As he is met up by two Vikings players, and I believe that is Guzzi is one of them. As they try to free that puck up, they do right into the slot, and now that one will be chipped off the far boards by Kavanaugh and will be erased towards the puck, and that one turned over right into the middle. Backhanded shot that goes wide from number 33 in Kavanaugh. As that one taken back and a pass into the middle on Count's stick, as now it'll be erased towards the puck as that one hit wide. Two players colliding with each other as that comes over to the far side. Kavanaugh, that one hit off the door and came right back out. I just thought they were going to stop the puck because that was basically in the bench of the Blues. Either way, that one at center ice, stick handling in and backhanding it deep into the left wing corner were the Vikings. As this goes down in behind the net, comes into the left circle as it's turned over to Schubert, who gets it up to the left point. Back down low, good lift of the stick, frees it up for Arini. As this goes back into the right wing corner, onto Schrofer's stick. Schrofer trying to get it back to Arini. Arini taking off the boards, backhands a shot there, and the save made by Berlin. Tough angle shot for number 59 in Garrett Arini. He's got to either take one extra stride or up or towards the middle of the ice to give himself a better angle, especially when the goaltender is cutting off the short side like he was.
Yeah, without a doubt. Got to look at the angle. Maybe just wait a little, because it seems like the guys are going a little patient. Maybe wait a second before you take that shot. Give the goaltender something to think about.
As Conroy fought off, as he almost had a good opportunity. Good defense from Shackmuth as this goes into the left wing corner. Pass that goes just through Arini as it comes over to the far side. And now stick handling in, and onside was the call. Looked like it was a little bit offsides there with Schrofer, but you'll take the call if you're the Vikings. As this comes in the left wing half boards to Schrofer, as he stick handles off in the left circle, sends a shot that's deflected in behind the net. Right wing half boards, Walsh sending it back deep, turned over, as this one hits off a couple of legs, just held in by the Vikings, by Peters. As Peters sent it into the end boards, it's taken back by the Blues. As trying to work out on the near side was Hemmer, as that one did get out and actually should have been an icing because I'm pretty sure I saw Reese touch it with his stick. Either way, this one comes to the far side and is taken by Hartke as he almost turns it over as he gets a hit delivered to him as he sent it up to Conroy. As the Blues making a change, pass over to the near side to Reese as he skates up along the left wing. As Reese dumps this one into the left wing corner. 6:02 left to go here in the second period. 2-0 Blues. Reese delivering a hit. Freed the puck up to another Blues player who gets it up to Count. Count along the right wing. Centering pass, deflects off a leg, and then almost gets a shot towards the net as it goes into the left wing half boards. And now it'll be taken by Haminski. As this one just batted back into the neutral zone and then dumped down into the right wing corner by Count. Dingle in his own left wing corner reverses the puck back over to Longton. Longton in the right wing corner as that puck comes in, and they'll turn over, and that one just went wide. Couldn't get a good backhanded shot on it. Was Park. As that in the left wing corner, there's a couple of players in there.
About 4 or 5 at least.
They're going to just call this one dead and put it into the left wing. Or no, they're going to take it outside of the zone. 5:15 left to go here in the second period. It is still 2-0 in favor of the Blues. One thing to point out for the Blues is that they have not had a penalty so far in this game. It's only been the one penalty, and that was on the Vikings earlier on in the first period.
Yeah, you're right about that. No penalties. That shows good discipline by them.
Both teams, too. The fact there's only been one total the entire game so far.
Yeah, it's been like we were talking about. It's been a good defensive battle on both ends of the ends. Not too many shots, just a lot of passing. So good defense by both teams early on.
Down into the left wing corner, Richards was there battling, and it'll come onto his stick as Connor Richards circles around, sends a sharp angle shot, hit off the post, rebound, opportunity, and goal.
That was beautiful. Hustle to the puck, just throw it at the net, see what happens. Got it right on his stick and just got it right in.
It was
Good
Adam
job.
Schubert was the one who ends up getting the goal off of the assist from Connor Richards. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that one hit off the post and bounced right to Schubert on the other side to make it a 2-1 game.
The goalie's best friend, not his best friend on that one.
Right, as this game now back to within one for the Vikings as the Blues try to hold on to this one-goal lead, as this one will be one to Guzzi as he lifts it down into the left wing corner. Back up to the left point onto Longton's stick as he tries to get a redirect on the far side from Kavanaugh as it goes down to the right wing corner. As Kavanaugh sending it back in deep, hits off the side of the net as it bounced off a player. And this one sticked over to the near side.
Good stick to keep it in the
where
in
Longton
the zone.
tried to keep it in. As this one comes up high to Schubert as he sends it off the right wing corner boards, where a blind backhanded pass almost turned over by Pellegrino as this comes over on the near boards. Back out into the neutral zone, right at the center ice line. This one will get on Hemmer's stick. He brought it in offsides. As this one will be right to Longton as he sends it over to the right wing. As skating in, taking a shot from the top of the right circle as it goes right into the glove hand of Berlin. Goes to the right wing circle. 3:52 left to go here in the second period, and you feel a little more energy now, it seems like, from the Vikings.
Yeah, the momentum
after that goal.
The momentum has shifted over to the Viking side for sure. The Blues were pressing on early and got a 2-0 lead, and then the Vikings just got that one, and you feel like momentum is shifting over towards their side now.
Well, one thing to point out was in the first period, they were the ones really controlling the puck. As this one comes right out
what a great
center
defensive
ice,
play.
As this one will deflect right onto the stick, getting around a couple of players, and then a shot that goes wide from Hardge as this goes into the near half boards.
Some good defense by the Vikings on that series. 2 dives to save the puck from going and leaving your goaltender out to dry. So
as Count goes over to the far side, dumps it down in and into the right wing corner. Along the near half boards, taken off and shot wide from Rodriguez as it comes over to the far side and now goes to Petrucia. Petrucia back up ice as it comes over to number 76 in Schrofer. Schrofer stick handles around 1 as he got into the slot a little bit too much stick handling as he turned it over as now it's Count.
A little too fancy.
He was getting around the player too with his one move. He did one too many moves and that actually brought him back into the player. As this one onto the near side will bounce up ahead and then being taken off the puck was Ryan Peters on the open ice hit. As this comes to Maloney. As Maloney back up to Schrofer. Schrofer over to the right wing. His pass almost picked off, but it gets to Reese, who's able to dump it down into the right wing corner. His team going for a wholesale change. Lutz trying to leak out as he comes over to the near side. Now goes with the cross ice pass over to Galante. Galante, top, bottom of the circle, takes a shot. Good pad save made by Carter, and then he covers it up with the glove hand for left wing circle face-off. Good pass there by Lutz as he had snuck out while the Vikings were making a change and almost got behind the defense. The pass was just a little bit too slow to him. 2-1 with 2:19 left to go here in the second period. The Vikings trail by 1 to the Blues as they have a lead. And
something's going on. Something's going on.
The referee is talking with the coach of the Blues, and
now somebody's getting kicked out of the face-off circle.
Yeah, I think it had to do with maybe they were a little late on when they were making their change.
Yeah, and one thing about it, especially in the second period, is it's the long changes because you're on opposite benches, so you switch benches. So not really surprised that have a little trouble with the changes on in this period.
As this one along the near side, skating up with it is Maloney. Stick handles into the high slot, sends a shot forward, pad save made, rebound opportunity, and it gets in for the goal.
Oh my God.
As getting the rebound was Jack Kaminsky to tie it up at 2. It was a nice save on the first shot opportunity by Berlin. He wasn't sure where it was, and no one for his defense came to clear it out, and he couldn't drop on top of it. And came in with Kaminsky to send it right back through the 5-hole.
What did we talk about earlier? How they weren't giving up the rebounds. Now they're giving up the rebounds and the score's tied.
It was really the first one that he's really given up to.
Yeah.
As this one comes over to the right wing and is offsides as Guzzi took a shot there as it'll be a face-off in the far dot outside the zone. As now Guzzi getting talked to a little bit by, I don't know if Hemmer was telling him to watch out, or he was saying it's understandable that he took the shot as it was right as the whistle was going. Either way, this one comes over to the near side and will be backhanded towards center ice. Onto the stick of Schubert as he crosses into the left wing corner. And now back up to the left point for Logton, who sends a shot wide, hits off the boards, rings around on the ledge there between the boards and the glass, and goes out into the neutral zone. Turned over by the Blues there, as this one will be lifted out of play by number 97 in Schubert.
97.
I'm not sure why he was grabbing his leg there, but he seems to be okay.
He got tapped.
No.
A little skirmish afterwards. He pushed one of the Blues players, tapped him back on the leg, and he's okay though.
As this one on the near side, 1 to the Blues. But holding it in the zone of the Blues will be Arini as he sends it down into the right wing corner. As Schrofer, battling in that right wing corner, loses the battle, but the puck will be held in by Peters as he almost gets a tip out in front. I don't even think Schrofer realized the puck was coming because he could have tipped that one up into the net. As down in the left wing corner, Schrofer battling there along with another player on his team and 2 Blues. As Schrofer comes out with a good check, frees the puck up right to number 9 in Hartke. As he passes it right into the middle onto Conroy's stick. No, good move around one backhand shot, top shelf goal.
Wicked
What
backhand.
a move by Number 5, Stephen Conroy, in about 7 extra seconds, ran off the clock there, too.
He was dancing on the ice right there, man, with some extra moves. Those were beautiful.
As he was the one to get the goal and make this a 3-2 lead for the Blues. As I think they got to fix the clock here because there was a lot of time that ran off
after the goal.
And I think we're just waiting for that to get fixed. And also it looks like TJ Ryan's helmet has a little bit of an issue. So he's going to have to go off. They still haven't fixed the time. I don't know if maybe they're just going to have her do a count and then start the timer again.
I don't know. Can't be any worse than what happened at Soldier Field on Sunday, though.
And I'm not sure what's going on now, but it looks like Matthew Park has to go off the ice for some reason. I think maybe he's going. Now you got a third player going off the ice.
3 players going off.
I'm not sure what it is that ended up happening that caused them to all have to go off ice. As this one will be 1 to the Blues. And they didn't even put any time back on as this one comes over to the near side. As this one crosses the blue line, goes right into center ice off of Conroy's stick, right to number 91 in Maloney. As Maloney lost this one down in the left wing corner. 10 seconds left to go here in the period. As we get a whistle here, and that one I believe offsides maybe was the call. 6 seconds left as this will be a face-off and see where they end up putting it. Looks like it's coming all the way into the...
Sounds like it was an equipment malfunction from what I'm hearing. Sounds like they didn't have something on their helmet or something like that. That's why the 3 players ended up going off, though.
Right wing circle face-off with 6 seconds left to go here in the third, as this one will be 1 back out to the neutral zone. As pushing it forward is Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh shooting, and the pad save made by Ab Berlin. But if I'm the coach of the Vikings, I am livid right now because there should have been an extra 8-9 seconds on the clock, and that would have been a breakaway opportunity for Kavanaugh.
Yeah,
so
and he would have had more time on it.
I'm not happy at
too.
all if I'm the coach of the Vikings.
No,
I don't know if maybe he didn't see it though as the possibility.
I think he might have not seen it. I mean, there's a good possibility that he probably doesn't know about it. That there probably should have been more time on the clock than there was, but still, you're up 3-2. Still, you're still up 3-2. So you got to look at the positives at that point.
Well, yeah, your team's down by 1 for the Vikings. You only are trailing by a goal, so that's good. But you had a chance to tie it up there. That was a big goal that you would have been able to maybe have with one of your best players. It seems like in Thomas Kavanaugh, we've seen him have some good opportunities earlier, and just always seems to be around the puck too. So, like I said, if I were the Vikings coach, I wouldn't be happy. I guess that's my coaching part of me coming out there. That's very
calm down, Coach Labasco.
Very unhappy with time running off that shouldn't have. But no, for the Blues, you're happy that ends up happening because there's an opportunity there at the end of the period that doesn't happen.
Yeah, if you're the Blues, you're happy. You're up 3-2. You're looking good. You're getting pucks to the net. You're getting some good opportunities in the offensive zone. So if you're the Blues, just continue what you're doing. For the Vikings, just try getting more pucks to the net. Try getting a little more traffic in front of the goalie. Make them think about a couple more things, and maybe try getting a deflection. Guess what? A dirty goal is a goal, regardless. Any way you look at it, guess what? That's a point up on the board.
When you look at a lot of the opportunities for the Blues, the way that they've been scoring, it's been off of rushes. It really hasn't been settled offense that has caused them to get their goals. You just got to make sure you're doing your job on your back end to not allow those opportunities as part of it as well. Keep your eyes on the NIHL.info website for up-and-coming weekly broadcasts of NIHL Bantam games. If you're interested in sponsorship opportunities available on the NIHL Game of the Week broadcast, please contact Peter Ferreri at SportsTownChicago.com. Check the SportsTownChicago.com website for free downloads of all previously broadcast games. Just click the Northern Illinois Hockey page and follow the instructions. There's also the YouTube page as well that you can look for. Just look for the Sportstown Chicago YouTube page, and all the games have been starting to go up there as well. as another place you can look. As this is going into the left wing half boards, try to pass it up to the left point. It hits off and goes right to Rodriguez, who takes it back in behind his own net. Right back to Rodriguez from Petrusha as that goes over to the far side, and now will be sent out on the stick of Hartke as he dumps this one into the left wing corner. As getting there first will be Galante as he sends it over onto the stick of Cowan. Cowan tried to get it to Hartke, and that one's going to be turned over. It's going to be a race towards the middle of the ice after the puck as Schubert sent a little bit too far out in front. Rodriguez was able to seal him off from it. As this comes back into the near half boards on the Kavanagh stick, he goes down. As back in the right wing corner. This one will be thrown for an icing. So that'll allow the couple of players who needed to come back on to do so as Hemmer and also Ryan make their way back to their bench as they are skating over to the bench right now. Right wing circle face off the icing in the Blues zone. 13:05 left to go here in the third period. 3-2, the Blues have the lead. As the right wing circle face off, won by the Blues to Pellegrino. Pellegrino along the right wing. That one hits up into the Vikings bench almost, as this is still on the far half boards. As Arini got the puck up ahead to number 44 in Reese. As Reese passes it off the boards, it down in behind. We're going in after it was Longton, as this comes over to the right wing half boards. As sticking that one away, it was Arini. And then it looks like we're going to have a face-off in the near dot outside the Blue zone. 12:37 left to go here in the third. Still 3-2. As the face-off will hit off and bounce into the right wing half boards. As it'll be controlled by the Blues, setting it up along the near side. It'll get to Conroy. It'll hit it up ahead to Pellegrino. Pellegrino into the zone, backhands it just towards center ice, where the Kings take it back. As this one along the far boards, poked away, goes right to Dingle, who tries to use the far half boards to get it out of the zone, but it's dumped down deep. Lutz was chasing in after it, but he was cut off from in front, as now the pass will come up to Peyton. Peyton along the right wing, lost it off his stick. As Pellegrino will turn it over and get it right out in front. As he stick handles around, shoots and scores. As
right through the
Carter
wickets.
was beat there.
Right through the wickets.
As Carter fell for the move on the forehand, Pellegrino went to the backhand that opened up the far side of the net, which is where his body was going, and just put it right past the goaltender. Carter is now 2-goal game in favor of the Blues. 11:53 left to go here in the third period as this goes over to the far side and is dumped down in. And that one will come back out into the neutral zone as this goes to Josh Maloney along the far side. This will be a pass as that one's just onside and goes high over from Strubert as that one comes over Schubert as this goes to the far side. That one into the skates of a player there. And now picked up off the boards and backhanded in by Hemmer as Hemmer was lit up right at the blue line. Pass into center ice as that one a little bit too far out in front of Schubert as he wasn't able to control. As that one hits off of a player, goes along the far boards. As that one gloved out of the air and then the player who gloved it gets hit. As this comes back into the neutral zone. As that one almost off sides is able to somehow avoid it was Galante. As this one comes on the right wing and dumped in by Maloney as his team goes for a change. Back in behind the nets. This one onto the near side. Lifted out and onto the stick of Cowan, who will hit it into the left wing corner. As in the left wing corner, two players battle, and this one will come onto the stick of Arini, who turns it over at the blue line. But a good backhand by Schrofer controls it as he brings it in. Top of the left circle, trying to feed a pass out in front, and that one bounced away from two players as it trying to send it back in behind was Arini. Arini brings it off the boards as he stick handles into the slot as his stick got tied up. Yes, falling over and losing an edge was a player for the Vikings as Arini takes it back. As that one hits off of his stick and goes too far from Tubo. As it's back on the far side, just holding it in and then bringing it on sides was Peyton, as Peyton sends a shot that goes wide into the right wing corner. On the near side, a bouncing puck that Maloney dumps down in, hits off of a player as the Vikings had to tag up. Bounces right back to Maloney in his own end. 9:42 left to go here in the third as it comes to Richards, who almost turned it over to his counterpart in Lutz, as they both wear that 82 on the far side. Dumped in by Haminski as this team will go chasing behind the net. As it's on the stick of Deutsch as he passes it over to the far side. As that one almost turned over at the top of the left circle. Taken back by the Blues and then pass to Conroy. Conroy along the right wing half boards. Player cuts in front of him and takes the puck away. In number 21 in Shuckmuth as that one comes over to the far side. And now it's on the stick of Peyton. Peyton at the top of the right circle sends a shot. Misses the net and goes off the end boards in the left wing half boards. Held up at the left point for his shot. Nobody able to tip it out in front for Peters as this goes into the right wing half boards. Down into the right wing corner. Couple players battle. 8:38 left to go here in the third period. Still a 2-goal lead for the Blues as this one will be worked out and down and just get past that blue line but no icing. As it's Peters with it on his stick. Sorry, past the goal line as that one almost turned over in the middle as that one just gets past the blue line. Stick handling around one is Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh into the high slot. Sends a shot. Deflected away by the leg of the defender. And then we get a whistle here. Hand up in the air. And we're going to get our first call.
Hooking, it looks like.
Our first call against the Blues. Number 21 and Brandon Galante. As it'll be a right wing circle face-off. And this is a big opportunity here for the Vikings. This is their first power play opportunity of the game. See what they can do with it. As this one a quick shot and then redirected out in front. I think getting the pad on it was Berlin. As this one lifted just past the blue line. As putting some pressure on was Park, but going right around him was Logton. As Logton skates in. Down into the right wing corner, drops it off for a shot there that goes high over the net from Schrofer. As this comes back out into the neutral zone. Comes back to Schrofer, who sends a one-touch pass up ahead. That Park grabs out of the air is Park. And we're going to get a call here, I believe, on Park, as he had carried that one out in front of him and didn't just drop it. So that'll put the face-off in the near dot just outside the blue zone, and I think he was offsides maybe when he did it too. Minute 27 left here on the power play for the Vikings. As that one comes over to Rodriguez, who tries to slap that one forward. It bounces right onto the stick of a Viking player, number 21 in Shackmuth, who sends it down in behind. Comes up to the left point, over to Peters, as Peters sends it back down deep, where a couple players battle for that puck. It'll come back to Rodriguez, who sends it back over to the near side. Pinching player, as this one now controlled by Peyton along the right wing half boards. As he skates there, stick handles into a dangerous area, which allows a player to come and take the puck away from him. We have a puck that goes out of play, so this will keep the face-off in the right wing circle. 47 seconds left on the power play, 6:56 left here in the third. 4-2. The lead for the Blues. As Schubert wins that face-off, it gets up to Dingle. As Dingle reverses the puck over to the far side, over to Maloney, who tried to send it deep, and that one just turned over onto the stick of Park, and then it turns it right over to Dingle. Dingle centering pass, trying to stick handle around one player, couldn't do it, as it comes back to Schubert. Schubert in behind the net. Backhanded shot there that doesn't get to the net from Kavanaugh as this goes up for the top of the left circle. Is that puck bouncing out in front? And that puck trickled right into the arm of Berlin, and he covered it up If that puck wasn't on edge, there would have been a great shot out in front for the Vikings. 16 seconds left on their power play, 6:25 left to go here in the third, still 4-2 Blues. As the face-off, one to Kavanaugh, who goes just past the outstretched stick of Walsh, who sends this one back towards the zone. As this one will get all the way down to the goaltender and Carter, who drops it off for Longton. 1 second left, we're back to 5-on-5 hockey here as this pass sticked out of the air by Conroy, held right at the blue line by Kavanaugh. As he gets it up for Schubert, who sent it out in front of himself too much and lost it off his stick, as this one's going to go down for an icing. Bring this one back into the blue zone with 5:50 left to go here in the third period. 4-2, Blues with a lead. The Wolves are proud to support the Northern Illinois Hockey League and their Academic Excellence Award program. This program rewards the players in the NIHL who are straight-A students in grade school or middle school or honor roll students in high school. As getting kicked out of the face-off circle was Luke Hartgeet, as that one will be won over to the left wing half boards and thrown forward by Reese. As it turns it right back over, back out into the neutral zone here for the Vikings, as this one comes to the right wing half boards. Held in at the right point almost and turned over to Hartgeet as it's a 2-on-1 into the zone. Hartgeet stick handles in, sends the pass over, and whiffing on it was number 37 in Hemmer. Now maybe an opportunity on a 3-on-2 here for the Vikings as the player gets pinned up along the boards by Gillespie as this goes down in the left wing corner. Gillespie stealing the puck away there, sends it up to the left point where it's held in by Peters as he sends it back down low where Charlie Deutsch will send it over to the near side. As Conroy sent it back out into the neutral zone. And Reese and Ryan will battle for the puck as a hit gets delivered to Hemmer. As that puck still being freed, and there's going to be a penalty called there as two players go down. It's Hemmer and another. And looks like it might have been Schubert. No, it was Reese. And it's going to be a hold call, I believe, on Hemmer is going to be the call. I believe. No, Hemmer's, it's going to be a hold on Reese, actually. So it'll be a power play opportunity for the Blues with 4:45 left to go here in the third period. As Park will win that faceoff over to the near side. That puck goes right by Carter, now back in behind the net. As into the right wing corner, the Blues control the puck. Back down in behind the net and into the left wing corner. This goes up to Rodriguez, who sends a shot forward, and that one wide of the net into the far half boards. Coming in and sending it back down deep was Petrusha. Park in the left wing half boards, back down in the left wing corner where Hartge is, as he sends it back up to Rodriguez, who holds it in at the left point, toes the line, and sends it back over to the near side. As they try to set a pass into the middle, the Vikings will clear it out and go for changes. As this comes up to Park, and then he turns it right back over, as this one goes back over to the far side. Taken back in behind their own net by Maloney, and then he will send it back out into the neutral zone. As able to clear this one at least to the other blue line were the Vikings. As skating in and across on an offsides play was Petrusha. So that'll be a face-off in the near dot with 52 seconds left to go on the power play. 3:38 left to go here in the third period. 4-2, the lead for the Blues. As the face-off, Walsh goes off of a player and right to Lutz. As Lutz tried to stick handle around, good defense, frees the puck up back into the neutral zone. Dumped back down in by Deutsch. As it comes back up to Deutsch at the blue line, he just holds it in there as it goes over to Walsh. Walsh back over to the far side, tries to get it to Peyton. 28 seconds left to go here in the third, or in the power play opportunity. As there's two players in there on either side. And now it'll finally be the Kings setting it up along the far side as they got a player a little bit held up there. And now he gets it back onto his stick is Peyton. Peyton centering pass, shot there. And I think getting a piece of it was the goaltender in Berlin.
He got a little glove on that.
As this one comes back up to the left point for a shot that deflects off of a player out in front. That penalty over. We're back to 5-on-5. As having to go for a change was Lutz. As they have a player up ice, if they get the stretch pass to him, they couldn't get it to him quick enough to Schubert. As this one's back into the neutral zone. 2:30 left to go. You have to wonder if the extra attacker will be coming soon. As this one along the right wing will be on the stick of Shackmuth and come back out into the neutral zone. As this one along the near boards, Conroy able to deflect it away, but it's still held by the Vikings. And then turned over right into the middle. Backhand there, poked away, and then a quick shot, and Carter with the save, and he covers it up, doesn't allow it to go through the pads. 2:06 left to go here in the third period. It's a 4-2 lead for the Blues, and you wonder if maybe the coach will take his time out here and talk about what he wants to do.
I would think so, and you also got to think as soon as the Vikings get into the offensive zone, you're going to see that extra attacker.
As this one comes over to the, especially with you being down by 2.
Yeah, exactly.
As this comes over to the far side, a backhander that gets up to Arini, as Arini can't bring it across the blue line as Arini gets hit. And that turns it now maybe into a 2-on-1 as there the shot from the top of the right circle deflecting wide as it comes over to Schrofer. Schrofer, cross ice pass over to Dingle. Dingle looking, sends it into the middle to Reese. Reese can't backhand it forward. Minute 36 left to go. As this one back along the near side, bounces off a couple of skates, and Schrofer will bring it in. Schrofer into the high slot. Around one player, backhands a shot forward. That one's still free. It's off the side of the net. Goaltender still in his
He's
crease.
moving up a little bit.
As that one will be set back out. That should go down for an icing. And there we got a little bit going on behind the play. Nothing seen by either official. He could have called something on either guy.
Looks like they're taking the goalie off right now.
And we'll see what they decide to do. As he's going to his bench asking, and he's told to stay. Probably going to wait to see if they win the puck first before they give it to Carter.
Surprised he's not, kind of playing up a little bit on his crease in case they win the faceoff.
As the faceoff is won, but then turned over right to the stick of Count. As this one comes over to the near side of Tubo. As Tubo gets checked off, 58 seconds left to go here in the third period. This one back dumped down. As this one comes onto the stick of Longton. As Longton passes it over to Tubo. Tubo right in towards center ice. And now
he's
goes
going
up
off.
to Richards as there he goes. As that one almost went into the net as it had to be covered up by Berlin. 38 seconds left to go here in the third period, 4-2. But now it almost seems, it's tough when it's that late that you take them off because now you only have 38 seconds.
Yeah, and you're down 2 points, and you're down 2.
And one of the officials was sending off the player.
The extra attacker, correct?
Right, and they just threw a guy out. They threw a guy out of the face-off, and it was the ref who made the mistake. As that goes in behind the net, as it's Park, and that one's going to go right towards the net and go down for an icing. 29 seconds left, and that clock was stopped late by about a second. As it'll be a left wing circle face-off as the Vikings are making a change here. As they've got 6 out there.
Let's make sure they got 6 out there this time, guys.
Actually, they got an extra.
1, 2, 3, 4. They got 7 out there.
Yeah, they have 7 out there. One of them's got to go off. I mean, and that's what if you're a coach, too, you call a timeout even. And now they're sending off another player. But now they only have 5 out there.
They're sending someone to the box. 2 men on the ice.
And for a
second, that's what I thought was going to happen.
Well, and the player himself thought that he was going to go to the box, so now they've got it figured out.
All right, that was really confusing.
As it'll be a left wing circle face-off, one and cleared down again by the Blues, and their extra time ran off again. Another extra second or so before the clock was stopped by the whistle. 23 seconds left to go here in this third period. 4-2's the lead for the Blues, as this one will be one up to the top of the left circle. Now taken by the Blues player, trying to send it forward as he gets it around one, as it gets out of the stick of Park. Goes in behind the net and off the end boards, right back to Park. And a good stick keeps it away from the net. Diving play to keep it out, as that one batted away by a Blues player, as he would have had to empty that goal. As that one sent back out to neutral ice. This one finishes at 4-2 in favor of the Blues. But this game was a very close game, even though it was a two-goal game.
Yeah, even though it was a two-goal game, you know, a couple plays here, a couple plays there, it could have went either way. It was a really good defensive battle by both teams.
Definitely was.
Not too many shots as well.
And the opportunities, just capitalizing on the opportunities they had, the Blues did, and that's why they got the win. And also, I mean, they were really good at creating turnovers, the Blues were. They had a very good forecheck, and that led to a lot of their opportunities, and that's why they got the win.
Yeah, and a lot of those hits kind of caused a couple penalties, too.
Well, and not only that for the Blues, too, it was also the fact that their players had the stick handling by some of their players was just awesome.
Oh, phenomenal. And the backhand? Oh, my God. I wish I could backhand that good. I wish I could. Good Lord.
Yes, definitely a good one on Stephen Conroyd's backhand is the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
As that'll do it here, though, for us. The Blues getting the win 4-2 here on SportsTownChicago.com.